Good morning, welcome back to Brooke's Buzz. Today is October 13th. We're gonna come back and do 2 hive inspections. So I'm gonna start with the red hive today. I'm going to see how the honey super is doing. I'm going to place an escape board onto the hive underneath the super, so next week when I come I can remove the super and there will be no bees on the frames, so it'll be an easier extraction process when I take it home to extract all the honey. So when I do that, I'm just going to place it right down underneath the super and then put the super on top. So the process is the bees will not be able to get up, but they will be able to leave. So something about the triangle, they don't know how to get up back into the super, but they are able to get back down and into the hive. And then we're going to check on our yellow blue hive. Last time, if you remember, I had a little bit of a situation. So my yellow hive was queenless, so then I merged the yellow hive onto the blue hive. It was a bit of a disaster, many lessons learned. So I'm just going to peek in and see how that's all doing. If they start getting ornery again, I'm just going to like close it up immediately and just not even bother with it, honestly. And see, next time I come out, I just like don't want to deal with them trying to swarm me again. So I'm going to start with the red hive first and then get into the yellow hive in case I have to make an escape. Okay, let's get going. So I just nipped off 2 other super seizure cells. So you can see right there is another queen cell. So if they're in the middle like this, they're trying to requeen their own queen. But I'm going to get rid of it because I don't want. This is the trouble, is this time of year. I'm trying to find her because if I find her, I can get rid of this queen, because I really don't want them to have to go through a requeening process in mid-October. So I'm going to try to find her before I nip this last one off. You can see it really good right there. I nipped off 2 other ones and then there was like some pupa in there. So she might not be laying as good, or something is going on with colony where they think that they need a new queen, that they need to requeen, but they're very content right now, very docile. You can see one little guy emerging right there, coming out. Okay, so I just got done inspecting the red hive, so I did insert that triangle board. You can see it right there in between the top brood box and the super. I don't know how much honey. I saw that there were a few like really good like capped frames on there. We'll see what we get, and whatever I don't want to extract I can always feed back to my bees. So I found like 5 supersedure cells, which are like queen cells that you see like on the middle of your frame. So I went through my whole entire hive twice to try to find the queen to see if she was there. I was gonna just nip them off because I really don't want there to be a new queening process happening right now. But because we are so late in the fall already, but I couldn't find her. So what I'm gonna do is trust nature, let nature take its course. Sometimes they will try to requeen if they're not laying enough eggs or something else is going on with the queen. I don't think that they're queenless because they were very calm and docile. So I don't think that that's an issue, but I'm gonna be back on Friday. So I'm gonna be back in 4 days to check. So I'm gonna look for my queen there, check on those supersedure cells, and see if I can work something out there and then pull that super off and see how much honey we're gonna extract there. So we're gonna get into the yellow hive now. So I've got my smoker going really good over here. So we can give them a good smoke. And what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna remain calm. It's hard to remain calm when you have like thousands of bees swarming you. But I'm going to remain calm. I'm going to, you know, not really try to mess with them that much, just try to see what's going on in there. I'm hoping that the 2 colonies meshed well and they accepted the queen on the bottom brood box, which was the blue hive, and everything. All's well that ends well, but we will see. We will see when we get in there. Sorry about that. So the wind came and blew away, so I put my little tripod down a little bit lower so that doesn't happen again. So we're in the bottom brood box right now. I just want to check in here. Okay, so I see some eggs in here, which is a good sign. So that means that she's been here in the last few days laying. So she should have just left that frame. And I'm not going to really mess with them too much today. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut this up. Okay, so I saw some eggs. I didn't want to really mess with them too much more because they're still like getting acclimated to each other, and I could tell that they were still a little ornery. So I'm gonna I just closed everything up. I'm gonna be back on Friday, like I said, and check on everything. I'll check on my red hive to see if I can find my queen, or if I'm gonna just let the natural process happen of requeening. Obviously it's late in the season, you know, it's mid-October, so I'm a little disheartened about that, but I'm gonna try to find my queen again. If she's there, I'm just gonna nip off those queen cells that they formed on the middle of the frame. And then I'm gonna check on my blue hive, this hive right here, the blue yellow hive. There are 3 brood boxes on here right now, so as the season goes on, I might want to rearrange some frames to exchange emptier frames with like kept honey and whatnot to help them survive the winter, because I'm going to try to get them down to 2 brood boxes before winter. And then maybe if there's a little leftover frames with honey on there, I can extract some of that honey in my extractor, because it does take some deep frames in it. But that's another day here at Brooke's Buzz. It is kind of chilly today, and I think that's another reason why the bees were a little like peeved. It's because it's like cold and it's a little breezy, and they're not like, you know, wanting to be out of their hive. They want to be in their hive and be all nice and warm and cozy. So we're gonna wrap up here. We're gonna get everything cleaned up, and then I will be back on Friday. Check y'all later.